Yo, welcome back to the house where we talk news, celebrities, and hot topics. Listen, I want to go ahead and give you guys an update on Porsha, Simon, Kenya Moore hair care, and the rest of the girls. Even Fallon was in the news yesterday because she caught herself talking about, oh, Porsha is a licensed prostitute. Fallon, you are a licensed lame. But listen, that's neither here nor there. Okay, so y'all know Porsha, she was talking about some ED. And that came after, Simon was like, oh, you've been talking to Future and you've been talking to this man and you've been talking to this African and you've been cheating on me and you never loved me. And you need to admit that to the damn court because we're getting a divorce. We're trying to settle this prenup business and I don't want to give you shit. Okay. So Porsha then went on to Instagram talking about some ED, right? And then Simon at I Am Simon Gobadia went on to Instagram and said, this railroad 265-day woman just does not get it. There are consequences for making inflammatory and defamatory statements. Get your coins together. You're going to need every dime to defend what's coming. Okay. Here's the thing about the situation. You have been on Instagram going to hell in and shading the hell out of Porsha. You done called this lady dumb. You called her a pig. You called her a witch. You've called her so many names for months since the filing of the divorce. And all she said was ED. So that's the first thing. Like, why are you being a crybaby about the situation? That's number one. Number two, girl, what you gonna do? File a lawsuit? For what? Defamation? She never said your name. She never said your name when she was on to the Instagrams talking about some ED. And then lastly, I just want to say that it's not defamation if it's true. Fallon already said that you couldn't have children. It was the cigars and, you didn't work out and you didn't have a healthy diet and, you have that gut and the breath and the food and the cigars and the smoke and the lungs. It was just all bad, Fallon said. Okay, so Fallon said that your sperm was dust. It was dusty. And you can't get it up. So it is what it is. And it's going to be what it's going to be. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that situation. But speaking of Simon and Porsha, Simon came out onto Instagram today and posted screenshots of, I want to say this podcaster, man. He's a podcaster. He's a host. His name is Jonathan. Apparently he's been talking to Porsha according to these DMs, according to Simon and whatnot. He posted these DMs with Mr. Jonathan. His name on Instagram is Finessers Only Club. And the DM says on June 12th at 8:49 a.m., Jonathan slid into Simon's DMs and said, bro, come on my show, LOL. Okay, he was interested in having Simon onto the show. And then the next message was from, I guess, today or whatever day he decided to screenshot this, whatever day Simon decided to screenshot this message. And it said, how in the hell did my name get caught up in all of this? I don't know if you really got ED or not. But I got the best product in the world. It's all natural herbs and sea moss. Your Third Leg. Okay, he has a product called Your Third Leg. And then Simon goes, dude, I also do not understand how you end up spending so much time on the phone with a married woman. I understand we may have differences in understanding on what is appropriate for a married person to engage in, but I get it. It's not for you to understand. If you believe I have ED, you unfortunately are intellectually incompetent as the person who put the narrative out there. Either way, my issue is not with you, but rather the one who thinks I'm dumb or I'm a dumb African that can be taken advantage of. God be with you, brother. I wish you no harm. So listen, I don't know who this Jonathan person podcaster is. I guess he was on the phone with Porsha and I guess, his name is somehow involved in the situation and Simon is trying to prove that Porsha was stepping out and cheating and et cetera, et cetera. And maybe this is one of the men that Simon is trying to allege that Porsha was stepping out with. My thing is, if Mr. Jonathan has a product called Your Third Leg, maybe the reason why Porsha was on the phone with Mr. Jonathan was to purchase the Your Third Leg product for her husband, Simon Gobadia, because maybe he has ED. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about that in the comments down below as well. Now, before we get off of Porsha, tell me why Fallon Gobadia went on to the same podcast. Well, I don't know if this is the same podcast. It looks like this is on the radio. But it's the same host from that podcast, the Baller Alert podcast, and she's speaking to them again about, guess who, Miss Porsha D. Williams, and said that they recently saw each other at brunch, and I believe she called Porsha a licensed prostitute. Check this out.
Yeah, we definitely locked eyes. I was like, you gonna take this moment to say something, or I said, you know what, it's not even worth it. It's my best friend's birthday.
Because you could have ruined your best friend's birthday.
Right.
And you didn't want to be that
To
friend.
do that. Right, exactly.
Okay.
And I'm not going to do it for, a licensed prostitute.
Listen, if that's how Fallon feels, then feel your ways, Fallon. However, if Porsha is a licensed prostitute, at least she doesn't have the evidence, of that. Most women who sleep around don't have babies with, every man that they lay their head with, that they decide to open up their legs for. I mean, I'm just saying, maybe you could take some notes. There's a few pointers to learn. Fallon, you don't have to have a child with every man you date, sis. I mean, I'm just saying. Moving right along, last but not least, let's go ahead and talk about Kenya Moore hair care, hair spa. There's a rumor. There's some information that came out about Kenya Moore hair care, and I believe it was Michelle Atlien who came out and said that the product is going to be discontinued. Excuse me, the product is not discontinuing. I believe it's just discontinuing at the Sally's Beauty, right? And I guess it'll be available while supply lasts and those things. And this follows Kenya Moore Hair Spa grand opening, where she allegedly showed Britt Eady sucking a monster cock, right? And so, listen, now she's coming out and doing an ad for Kenya Moore Hair Care and Sally's Beauty. Check this out. The caption to this says, "Get ready with me, plot twist with Kenya Moore Hair Care and Sally Beauty. Get your favorite products today." She says, "You can see how healthy and thick my natural hair is. I exclusively use Kenya Moore Hair Care and have zero hair added to my hair. If you haven't tried our products, run to Sally Beauty now to see the results." Obviously, this is an attempt to debunk, I guess, the narrative that the product is no longer going to be in Sally's Beauties. And to me, this was a cute attempt. It was real creative and crafty. However, this does not debunk or negate the narrative that it's only going to be available while supply lasts. I mean, am I tripping? Like, nobody said that the product wasn't at Sally Beauty. I think they said that it would no longer be in Sally Beauty in the future, in the near future. So to me, this ad fell flat. The thing about Kenya is that she'll clap back and she'll respond to the narratives and the rumors, but they're not clear. They're not concise. There's no clarity that she's adding. It still leaves wiggle room there. She's muddying the waters. She's trying to confuse us because she's not really debunking anything, right? But for the people that don't really pay attention to the details, they're going to think, oh, the rumors are false. Well, no, nothing about this debunk the fact that the products won't be in Sally Beauty in the near future. Y'all get what I'm saying? This is not me hating on Kenya, but she did the same thing with the Britt Eady porno accusations when she was like, I never randomly showed pictures. The words that she used were so specific, and it's just meant to confuse you. It's kind of like mixing in truths by trying to deflect from the truth. So in turn, it's kind of like lying. It's not an outright explicit lie, but she's trying to mislead. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about everything in the comments down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to create a great day.